was once you, there was once me. If only life wasn't so cruel, we could just be. With the time fleeting, let me bid you adieu. My last breath is for our nation, but my heart is for you. I would like to complete this poem so much, but I would do it at the end. This is written by the daughter of a martyred soldier. What a proud moment, if only the father could hear this. But I'm sure wherever he is, he's blessing the daughter. Hi, I'm Arthi. This is How's the Josh. And today, I have with me a lady full of resilience and determination, to say the least. कहते हैं जब कुछ अनहोनी घटती है, उसके बाद जो भी हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस होता है या जो भी हम एक्शंस लेते हैं, वो हमारी ज़िंदगी बन जाती है. And what she did is commendable because she is the first Veer Nari to be commissioned as an officer. She followed the footsteps of her brave husband. I have with me Colonel Romi Randhawa. Hi, Mrs. Randhawa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Mrs. Randhawa. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
It's an honor
Thank you
to
so
meet
much.
you.
Same here.
The first time I saw you at Asmita sharing your story,
Yeah.
I so wanted that I have to meet you and I have to tell people more details about your story. So, what I read were some lines written by your daughter
Yes.
for her father and for you. And this book, Cost of War,
Very true.
written by her.
Yeah.
So, how was it co-parenting as a father and a mother to your daughter? A daughter who has heard stories of the father. कैसा था वो वक्त?
See, it was very difficult because हम जब देखते हैं तो बच्चे को दोनों पेरेंट्स रेज करते हैं एंड डिवीज़न रहता है कि फादर ये करेंगे, मदर ये करेंगे, मतलब हर चीज़ में एक डिवीज़न रहता है. बट रेजिंग योर चाइल्ड अलोन इट्स अ बिग चैलेंज कि आप कुछ ऐसा गलत ना कर दें या आपसे कुछ ऐसी चीज़ ना हो जाए कि कल को आपको लगे कि अगर उसके पापा होते या सेकंड पेरेंट होते तो शायद बेटर होता. सो रेजिंग अ चाइल्ड इज़ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट अलोन क्योंकि आपको एज अ फादर भी सोचना है, एज अ मदर भी सोचना है, आपको जॉब भी करना है, आपको हाउस होल्ड भी देखना है. सो इट वॉज़ वेरी चैलेंजिंग फॉर मी बट somehow like I'm very proud of my daughter.
Absolutely.
तो
A daughter who can write something like that and dedicate a book to you.
Yeah, so I'm very proud of her. And मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि I got success in raising her.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. 100, more than 100 on 100.
हाँ, और वैसे भी मैं हमेशा लोगों को कहती थी कि अगर कल को कुछ गलत होता है तो then is also onus on me, but अगर कल को कुछ अच्छा होता तो I'll take the credit, so I'll take that credit.
तो कुल रंधावा मुझे ये बताइए कि डिसीजन आपका to join the forces, you were the first one.
Yes.
कितनी जद्दोजहद करनी पड़ी आपको? I'm sure it would have been a very, very difficult journey for you.
Army was always means everybody's dream I think. And I coming from civil background तो हम तो वैसे भी जैसे ही फ़ौज को देखते थे पंजाब साइड में so many फौजीज, तो it was fascinating. उनका यूनिफॉर्म, उस टाइम पे रैंक ये नहीं पता होता था कि ये जवान जैसे हो या कैसे है. सो जब मेरी शादी हुई तो इट वॉज अरेंज मैरिज एंड ही वॉज द फर्स्ट फौजी इन अ हाउस.
अच्छा.
सो हम लोग सिविल बैकग्राउंड से हैं सभी के सभी एंड ही वॉज द फर्स्ट फौजी एंड दैट वॉज माई फर्स्ट इंट्रैक्शन विद आर्मी. ऑल्दो इट वॉज अ वेरी शॉर्ट लिव्ड इंट्रैक्शन बट स्टिल जो भी 2.5-3 साल हम लोग इकट्ठे रहे. 2.5-3 साल भी क्या, लाइक यू कैन से फर्स्ट बर्थडे मनाने के बाद सिमरन का ही हैड गॉन टू RR एंड जो भी हम 2 साल या रहे हम लोग एक साथ, तो आई रियली लव दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सम हाउ आई हैड नेवर सीन दिस, सो मेरे लिए बड़ी डिफरेंट थी. एंड ही वॉज अ फौजी किड, सो उनका ये हमेशा बोलना कि आई वॉन्ट कि बच्चे फ़ौज में रेज हों बिकॉज फौज इज़ अ ब्यूटिफुल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन.
बिल्कुल.
एट दैट टाइम आई हैव नेवर थॉट ऑन दीज लाइन्स बट वंस आई लॉस्ट हिम. So when people were approaching me with different sort of jobs here and there, then this thing came to my mind. And उस time मुझे नहीं पता था कि आर्मी में ladies हैं. So because मैंने नहीं देखी थी. This happened in 97 and I think 93 में ladies थी, आ गई थी. बट मैंने नहीं देखी थी, मेरे सामने कोई लेडी ऑफिसर नहीं आई थी उस समय तक. तो देन आई वॉज टॉकिंग टू माई फादर इन लॉ बिकॉज ही वॉज ऑल्सो फौजी. सो आई जस्ट टोल्ड हिम कि दिस वॉज हिज विश, काइंड ऑफ हिज विश, दैट बच्चे को इसी एटमोसफियर में रेस करना है. एंड आई ऑल्सो हैड दिस कि इफ़ आई कुड वेयर द सेम यूनिफॉर्म. So then he told me, yes, there are ladies in the army, and it's recently they started. So then I started approaching people in Chandi Mandir.
Acha.
And somehow I got connected to Mrs. Ranjana Malik.
Okay.
And they had just
the then President Awa.
Yeah, then President Awa.
Okay.
She was extremely helpful, and it was new for her also.
Bilkul.
But then she took this challenge, and we though just approached her, then she fought this case and got us through.
In fact, I would like to read what she has written in the foreword of the book. She says that the problems of the surviving spouses are manifold. While the present day pensions are adequate and educational requirements of children are being taken care of, we want the Veer Naris to face life with confidence and self-respect.
Very true.
So that they can hold their heads high and remain proud of their husbands who gave up their lives for the nation. We do not want them to be pitied. That is the reason the army calls Veer Naris as Veer Naris and not war widows.
Very true.
The term that was started during my time as President Awa. We would like their children too to be proud of their father's supreme sacrifice.
Very true. Very true.
How nicely put.
Very true. I'm really grateful to Mrs. Ranjana Malik. And
so really what was the process like? You approached her and then paperwork sort out हुआ आपका?
हाँ, paperwork sort out हुआ. बाकी फिर जो लड़ाई लड़ी वो उन्होंने लड़ी. And I lost my husband in June 97. And by December I got my call for SSB.
अच्छा.
Within a 6 month only I got my call for SSB. And we went to Bhopal.
Okay.
And in March 98 I joined the academy. Less than a year. It was all her hard work. Mrs. Ranjana Malik and General Malik. They took over this case and they showed me the way, and they showed way to many Veer Naris.
उसके बाद now it is like you showed the first path and now people are following it.
Very true.
That's so brave of all of you, Veer Naris. तो उस टाइम पे तो सिमरन was very small.
She was
कैसे आपने मैनेज किया?
She was 1.5 when I lost my husband. So you can say कि initial 3-4 months so it was just you don't know what to do. So later on I slowly when this thing थोड़ा सा sink in हुआ, then I thought कि I have to fulfill my husband's dream and I want to give her a good life.
बिल्कुल.
मतलब जहाँ पे वो अपना इंडिपेंडेंट सोच सके, इंडिपेंडेंट रह सके एंड उसका जो सोचने का दायरा है वो काफ़ी बड़ा हो. सो देन आई मतलब by the time I started my research of joining army and all that stuff, so I met Mrs. Ranjana Malik and then that's the history.
It was everything fell in place for you. Academy में कैसा लगा आपको? कैसा था?
Academy was very tough, but for me, like all my course-mates, we were a batch of 40 and I'm grateful to each one of them. Although we just had a training for 6 months, so समझ में नहीं आता था कि सुबह कब होती है और रात कब होती है with all those ragdas, with all those punishments and daily drills. मतलब 6 महीने कैसे निकले समझ में नहीं आया. But I left Simran behind पीछे with she was with my sister. So training was tough, but I think I sailed through nice. मतलब बड़े अच्छे से because of my good friends. We are still in touch, all the course mates.
Sure.
So
was fitness ever an issue for you at that point in time because your daughter was too young and...
No, fitness was never an issue, but only issue was this that I had a C-section just a year half and back.
Acha.
So that was the only issue. Otherwise, I come from athletic background. My father, my brother, my sister, everybody is athlete. My brother was best athlete of his school, Sainik School, Kapurthala, wherein it was said that if he continue athletics, one day he can break Milkha Singh's record. He was that good athlete. My father was also very good athlete, physical, but at that time, obviously, going through the C-section and then going through this ragda, Was little difficult but manageable.
You managed it.
Manageable.
I think emotionally you were much, much stronger than the people around there, and that's why you could sail through. Because I don't think that an opposite sex can ever understand कि एक C-section के बाद what happens to your body and what all changes are there.
नहीं, they everybody understood, but only thing is this कि see this is how army is being trained. मतलब वर्स्ट में आपने कैसे कैसे ट्रेन करना है, तो उसमें देयर वाज नो इश्यूज, एवरीबडी वाज अंडरस्टैंडिंग, कोई ऐसी वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी. बट माई सेल्फ इज़ नॉट कि अगर कोई कहे कि इतना भागना और मैं बोलूँ कि नहीं मुझे नहीं भागना बिकॉज मेरा सी सेक्शन हुआ है. एंड एवरीबडी वॉज वेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग. बट मतलब पूरा करा है ट्रेनिंग, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि उसका मैंने कोई वो लिया या उन्होंने मुझे कोई वो दिया कि भाई ऐसा है.
देयर वाज नो डिस्काउंट.
नो. दिस इज व्हाट मिसेस रंजना मलिक टोल्ड अस कि ठीक है एंट्री हो रही है लेकिन ट्रेनिंग शुड बी एट पार और उसमें कोई डिस्काउंट नहीं मिलेगा. दिस इज व्हाट हर वर्ड्स वर.
ओके.
So
you got commissioned into?
I commissioned into ordnance.
Acha. Okay.
Army ordnance corps.
What was your first station where you got
I was lucky. I was given at that time my home address was my sister's place in Jalandhar.
Acha,
because
okay.
I didn't have any house at that time, so I had given her address as my permanent address, and अभी recently ही change करा है मैंने उसको. And I was given, you can say I was given a home posting. I was posted to Jalandhar.
Okay.
On my first posting because Simran was with her. So army is मतलब it was very understanding for them कि daughter is there, so it is easier for me to manage at least for initial 2-3 years. So I was given home posting Jalandhar.
तो उसके बाद सिमरन एंड यू हैव जनरली बीन टुगेदर.
Generally, we were together till she was in 10th.
अच्छा.
After 10th, I had put her in Sherwood Nainital because then our 14 years was completing and didn't knew what will happen. So I put her in Sherwood so that she can have एक जगह के ऊपर she can study for at least 2 years. So only time like she left was after 10th, 11th, 12th she did in Sherwood, and thereafter she went to Canada for further studies. And
so what is she doing currently in Canada?
Currently she is working with University of Manitoba. She did her psychology ka degree from Vancouver Simon Fraser University. And now she is working with University of Manitoba in Winnipeg.
Okay. And she's also an artist.
Yeah, she is an artist, and she is I am very proud that she is on her father. Her father was a very good artist. And he used to paint, write, he knew everything. So he can do embroidery, painting, poetry, everything.
Acha.
So she is on him.
So all of it has gone into her.
Yeah.
How wonderful. तो Ms. Randhawa, जो जर्नी थी आपकी तब से लेके अब तक इतने साल, बहुत रोड ब्लॉक्स रहे होंगे, बहुत बार एक जो फीलिंग आती है Why me? My life could have been different. अगर ये ना होता, ऐसा कभी ख्याल में आया आपके, या फिर आपको ये लगा कि I am doing well for myself, I am setting an example for my daughter, so जो हुआ उसका मैं कुछ कर नहीं सकती, but I am proud of the fact that I am handling it all on my own.
Very true, but ये दोनों feelings ही आती हैं कभी ना कभी, because जब आपको ज़रूरत होती है, there are moments when you really need your पार्टनर फॉर अपना बच्चे के लिए, अपने लिए, व्हेन यू आर डूइंग एवरीथिंग ऑन योर ओन, या कोई अप्स एंड डाउन्स आते हैं लाइफ में, डेफिनेटली फील होता है कि, या फिर बच्चे के कई बार क्वेश्चंस होते हैं कि उनके पापा हैं, मेरे पापा नहीं हैं. जब छोटे छोटे बच्चे खेलते हैं, बच्चे भी एक दूसरे को टीज करते हैं. सो बिकॉज आई डिडंट हैव द हार्ट टू टेल माई डॉटर एट लीस्ट आई थिंक 3-4 years कि उसके पापा नहीं हैं, क्योंकि मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि ये मैं कैसे डिस्क्लोज करूँ इस चीज़ को. सो मैंने उसको नहीं बताया. तो जब फर्स्ट यूनिट तक भी उसको नहीं पता था, सेकंड यूनिट में जब हम गए तो फिर ऑब्वियसली जब पेरेंट्स को पता चलता, पेरेंट्स घर में डिस्कस करते हैं, तो जब भी उससे कोई पूछता था पापा कहाँ हैं, तो वो बोलती थी कोर्स करने गए हुए हैं, क्योंकि दिस इज़ व्हाट आई टोल्ड हर. सो एक दिन किसी बच्चे ने बता दिया तो शी केम क्राइंग कि उसने तो बोला है कि पापा नहीं हैं. सो इज़ इट ट्रू? सो आई सेड यस. देन शी जस्ट वेंट इनटू हर रूम क्वाइटली एंड वी डिडंट टॉक आई थिंक फॉर 2 days, बिकॉज आई रियली डोंट नो कि इन इमोशंस को आप कैसे एक्सप्लेन करोगे. आई एम लैकिंग इन दैट. मुझे मतलब इन चीज़ों
You were
को
just
कि-
trying to protect her that point in
हाँ
time.
कि कैसे क्या बोलूँ कि वो हर्ट ना हो, मतलब इसमें तो कुछ ऐसा है ही नहीं है कि वो कुछ भी बोलोगे वो हर्ट होगा ही बच्चा.
बिल्कुल.
बट आफ्टर 2-3 days आई थिंक शी ऑल्सो अंडरस्टूड, आई ऑल्सो अंडरस्टूड, सो थिंग्स मूव ऑन. एंड फिर धीरे धीरे उसको अच्छी बातें सारी जो होती थी पापा ऐसे, फिर देन आई स्टार्टेड शोइंग हर द फोटोग्राफ्स एंड एवरीथिंग. सो दैट इज़ हाउ.
So because she as a child hasn't seen the father, right? So the remembrance is only through your words
Yeah.
and through your stories. So all these years आपने वो कैसे मतलब जिंदा रखा the essence of the father that today she's written a book.
जहाँ तक मुझे लगता है कि हमने कभी था वाला इस्तेमाल नहीं करा कि पापा थे, पापा ऐसे थे, पापा वैसे थे. हम हमेशा बात करते थे पापा हैं, पापा ऐसा करते हैं, ये करते हैं. अगर सपोज आज वो होते, अगर आपने ये बोला तो वो ये बोलते, ऐसा बोलते. तो मतलब इन डेली कन्वर्सेशन हम प्रेजेंट टेंस में ही बात करते हैं. मतलब जनरली सब कुछ, उनका बर्थडे भी मनाते हैं, एनिवर्सरीज भी मनाते हैं, चाहे हम दोनों ही हों. सो मतलब जहाँ तक ये कोशिश करी कि उनको पास्ट टेंस में नहीं रखा. तो कुछ भी होता था दिन में कि कभी भी कि ऐसा होता वैसा होता, पापा ऐसा करते थे. एंड कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा चलता रहता कन्वर्सेशन उनके बारे में पूरा दिन, पॉजिटिव सेंस में, नथिंग नेगेटिव. एंड मतलब जो भी पॉजिटिव ही था. मतलब 2.5-3 साल में तो कोई ऐसी नेगेटिविटी वाली बात होती भी नहीं है न्यूली वेड में. सो बाकी कुछ रिलेटिव्स हैं मेरे अपने इन लॉज साइड में, जैसे मेरे कज़न सिस्टर इन लॉज हैं, उनके घरों में जाना, दे यूज टू डिस्कस अबाउट हिम. सो माई सिस्टर, माई ब्रदर, माई मदर ऑलवेज यूज टू टेल, मतलब माई हस्बैंड निकनेम इसको कुकू ऐसे करता था जब, बिकॉज शी रिजेंबल्ड हिम अ लॉट. तो कुछ इसकी हरकतें भी वैसी ही हैं. तो वो कुछ ना कुछ इसको मतलब डेली कुछ ना कुछ याद दिलाते, मतलब इंटेंशनली नहीं बट चलता रहता था.
Tell my audience that this book, Cost of War, which is written by Mrs. Randhawa's daughter, what she writes about her mother. She has written amazing, beautiful things. I am just reading out 5-6 lines that I really loved. She says, Romi was born a rebel. She, although being just a girl, never slowed down for anything. She behaved like a pillar of strength and feared nothing. She was meant for great things, even though she didn't always know that. This intriguing woman was a student athlete and ran past any obstacle she faced with flying colors. We often hear that with age people grow and blossom. But in the case of Romi, this saying did more than just ring true. So Ms. Randhawa, when you see this book, how proud of you, of your daughter?
I'm really very proud of her, as I told you, because she's a package for me at least. So
Did you have any idea that your daughter is writing a book?
initially no. She used to write poetry and I always used to tell that this was your father's dream, to that you should be writing. I would like to tell you one more story. Like when she was a very small, well, she was 1.5 before that. He had bought many books कि जब मेरी बेटी 2 साल की होगी ये पढ़ेगी, जब 4 साल की होगी तब पढ़ेगी. And he had
so
bought
on and
many
so
books.
forth, lot of books.
And till 10th she was not studying books. तो मुझे बड़ा दुख होता था कि उस बेचारे ने इतनी बुक्स खरीद के रखी हैं. And when she went to Sherwood, I don't know suddenly क्या ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन उसमें हुआ. And she was into reading and writing. तो तब मेरी थोड़ी सी होप मतलब हुई. एंड देन आई टोल्ड हर कि आई थिंक यू शुड राइट समथिंग. शी हैड रिटन ब्यूटीफुल पोएम्स जो स्कूल टाइम के बच्चे लिखते हैं 10th 12th वाले. तो तब मुझे लगा कि थैंक गॉड शी इज लाइक हर डैड, बिकॉज ही ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू से बुक्स आर द बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स. अगर आपके पास बुक्स हैं देन You're sorted.
So true. So true. तो कितना टाइम लगा सिमरन को ये बुक लिखने में?
सिमरन को ये बुक लिखने में थोड़ा सा ज्यादा टाइम लगा बिकॉज शी वॉज नॉट हेयर विद मी एट दैट टाइम व्हेन शी स्टार्टेड राइटिंग दिस बुक. शी वॉज इन कैनेडा एंड इमोशनली ब्रेकडाउन भी होती थी जब कोई चीजें उसको पता चलती थी या उसे इमोशंस में लिखना होता था. तो फिर कई बार वो लिखती थी, कई बार वो 2-3 महीने बंद करके बैठ जाती थी. आई थिंक शी टुक 1.5 year or 2 years to write this book. So, but it took long time for her because कई चीजें फिर जब उसे तब पता चलती थी, कई बार जब वो पूछती थी सबसे, तो फिर थोड़ा सा और इमोशनली वो उसका हो जाता. एंड शी वाज अलोन एट दैट टाइम ओवर देयर व्हेन शी स्टार्टेड राइटिंग दिस बुक. So
I'm sure. Congratulations to you.
thank you so
An
much.
immensely proud mother
Thank
you
you.
are. Would you like to read something?
Yeah. This is the poem she had written, and this is Final Goodbye. There once was you, there once was me. If only life wasn't so cruel, we could just be. With the time fleeting, let me bid you adieu. My last breath is for our nation, but my heart is for you. But my darling, I was born to be a soldier, and now I am dying as one. If only I could grow old with you. If only I could stay. If only. If only I could have one more day to call you mine. One more day to see my little one smile. To see those eyes looking back at me. One more day to be a family. If only. If only the safety of our nation wasn't my duty. If only. Darling, you are my sunshine, you are my heart, but I can feel the darkness creeping in. I can see the first light and final one. With these last words, let it be heard. For as long as there is you, there is me. For as long as there is war, there is Shahid.
Amazing. So, retirement के immediately बाद लोग plans बनाते हैं of going out. So, have you planned anything around the world in 80 days time?
नहीं, पहले तो शायद सिमरन के पास जाऊंगी. So I'll meet her and उसके बाद प्लान बनाऊंगी. अभी तो रिटायरमेंट ही सिंक इन नहीं हो रही. मुझे लग ही नहीं रहा कि मैं रिटायर हो रही हूँ.
Because having worked for so many years continuously, है ना?
Yeah.
Okay, but thank you so much, Ms. Randhawa.
Thank you so much, Papa.
And all the best for your plan B after
Yeah.
retirement.
Thank you so
May
much.
whatever you plan, I'm sure you will continue with your bike rides
Yeah,
and your
definitely.
cycling expeditions and
That I'll
everything
do.
else.
That I'll do.
Hope whatever you feel and whatever you want, you accomplish that
Thank
in
you.
your second phase of life.
Thank
too.
you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
So they say the show must go on, and this was my learning today from Colonel Romi Randhawa. चाहे जिंदगी हमें जो भी प्लेटर में दे, उस प्लेटर को खूबसूरती से सजाओ और उसको मुस्कुरा के देखो, तो शायद जिंदगी फिर से हमारे साथ मुस्कुराने लगे. Thank you so much for being a part of today's episode. This is me, Arthi Karthik, saying, keep the Josh high. Thank you so much for your time. Do like, comment, and subscribe my channel.